I never thought an HOA could sink this low. But they kidnapped my kids. Yeah, you heard me right. The so-called neighborhood board snatched my children, claimed they weren't authorized residents, and thought they could hide behind their fake rules. What they didn't know is that I'm a federal judge, and the day they crossed me, they sealed their own fate. Act 1. The conflict begins. My name's Nathan Cole. I've spent my career in courtrooms weighing evidence, handing down sentences, making sure justice isn't just a word, but a reality. But nothing prepared me for the insanity my own neighborhood unleashed on me. I live in Ravenwood Estates, a community that advertises itself as 55+ only. But here's the kicker. My property isn't even under their jurisdiction. My lawyer and I checked zoning maps, triple-checked the deeds. I was free and clear. Still, the HOA president, Diana Crow, an older woman with pearls glued to her neck and arrogance dripping from every word, had it out for me. That morning started like any other coffee brewing toast, popping my kids, Ethan and Maya, arguing over who got the last pancake. Then I heard the slap of paper sliding through the mail slot. Another HOA notice. I sighed, thinking it'd be about lawn height or trash cans. But when I unfolded it, my chest tightened. Final warning. You are in violation of HOA residency requirements. Immediate eviction required. All unauthorized minors must be removed from the premises within 24 hours. Removed unauthorized minors. They were talking about my children. My pulse spiked. I grabbed my phone and called Marcus, my attorney. Marcus, the HOA is trying to evict my kids. He chuckled like it was a bad joke. Nathan, we've been through this. Your house isn't under their authority. It's intimidation, nothing more. I'll send a cease and desist. I wanted to believe him, but I felt a chill that wouldn't leave. Act 2. Escalation and the turning point. The next day I came home to silence. No laughter, no video games, no clattering dishes. Just silence. Ethan, Maya. I called walking through the house. Backpacks were by the door. Sneakers lined up neatly. My heart dropped into my stomach. They were gone. I dialed their numbers straight to voicemail. I called their friends' parents. No one had seen them. My hands shook as I punched 911. Police arrived fast, swarming through rooms, firing questions. Did I have enemies? Had anyone threatened me? God knows I've sentenced dangerous criminals, but none had ever touched my family. Then an officer by the mailbox held up a paper. Sir, we found this taped to your door. I ripped it from his hand. My eyes burned as I read, as your unauthorized tenants have failed to vacate, the HOA has taken steps to ensure compliance. Your children will be kept in a safe location until this matter is resolved. Kidnapping. They admitted it in writing. One officer muttered, "Did your HOA just confess to abducting your kids?" I clenched my jaw. Yes, and they have no idea who they just crossed. The search went neighborhood-wide, door to door. Nobody knew anything or pretended not to. Then Mrs. Langford, my elderly neighbor, pulled me aside. Her hands shook as she whispered, "Judge Cole, I saw 2 men in suits. They put your kids in a black SUV, drove toward the clubhouse." That was enough. I stormed to the HOA building with police behind me. Inside there, she was Diana Crow, perched behind a massive desk, pearls gleaming under the lights. She smiled like she'd won. "Ah, Judge Cole," she purred, "I was expecting you." I slammed the letter onto her desk so hard it rattled. "Where are my children?" She tilted her head, feigning innocence. "Your illegal tenants have been relocated to a more suitable environment until this matter is resolved." My fists curled. "That's kidnapping Diana. You've committed a federal crime." She laughed softly, that condescending laugh only a true Karen can pull off. "Oh, don't be dramatic. They're under board-approved guardianship." I almost lost it right then, but I forced myself to breathe. If I broke, she'd win. The officers looked uneasy, caught between civil dispute and criminal act. For a split second, I doubted myself. Maybe Marcus was right. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe I was letting rage cloud my judgment. What if the law I swore to uphold was slipping through my fingers because I was just a desperate dad? For a moment, I felt powerless. A federal judge second-guessing himself because some HOA president said, "Rules are rules." Then I remembered Ethan's laugh, Maya's tiny hand in mine, and the weight snapped back. No, they weren't pawns in Diana's game. They were my kids, and I wasn't backing down. I turned to the officers. You heard her. She admitted it. Arrest her now. The lead cop straightened. Mrs. Crow, you're under arrest for unlawful detainment, conspiracy, and endangerment of minors. Her smug face cracked as the cuffs clicked. Wait, they're at Northbridge Academy. I bolted before she finished. Sirens wailed behind me as I sped through red lights, tires screaming. Northbridge Academy. That's where they had my kids. I skidded into the parking lot, leapt out before the engine stopped, and tore down the hall with cops in tow. Room 214. My lungs burned, blood pounded in my ears. I threw the door open, and there they were. Ethan and Maya sitting at desks, wide-eyed and terrified. A woman in a navy suit blocked my path. Mr. Cole, you have no right. I shoved past, pulling my kids into my arms. Maya sobbed. Ethan trembled. Dad, they just took us. It's okay. I've got you now. The woman tried again. These children are under temporary HOA guardianship. I snapped my voice like venom. Shut up. You're not the government. You're not the police. You're not even a legal authority. Arrest her. And just like that, she was cuffed too. Act 3. The climax and justice. That night, as I tucked my kids back into their own beds, I made a vow this HOA wasn't just going down, it was going to be destroyed. Marcus and I filed federal charges: kidnapping, fraud, conspiracy, racketeering. We subpoenaed their accounts, their emails, their legal fees. And what we found was gold. For years, the Ravenwood HOA had been embezzling. Fake maintenance charges, bogus fines, shell companies funneling cash straight into the board's pockets. It wasn't just power tripping, it was organized crime. 2 weeks later, the board sat in court, stripped of their smugness. Diana, once so proud behind her mahogany desk, now stood shackled, trembling as the judge read her sentence: 15 years in federal prison. I didn't smile, I didn't cheer, I just stared as she was led away, her pearls clinking against the chain around her wrists. The mighty HOA president reduced to a criminal in cuffs. And that was the moment justice was served.